Members of Parliament from the Kusaug traditional area on Wednesday condemned the purported enskinment of a new chief for Bawku, describing the act as null and void.
Such purported enskinment is null and void and will not be recognized by any institution under the 1992 Constitution. The government of Ghana must take every step to ensure the maintenance of peace and security and hold perpetrators of this criminal act accountable. Meanwhile, the members of Parliament for the area call on the people of the Kusaug traditional area and its environs to remain calm and assure them that this unlawful conduct will not stand. We are watching closely the level of political will of the government of President Nana Akufo-Addo and Vice President Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia in respecting the Constitution of Ghana and the right of the Kusasi people to rule over their own land and to have their independence. The Zugrana Naba Asigiri Aborago Azoka II, who is the Bawku Naba and president of the Kusaug Traditional Council, remains the only recognized paramount chief of the Kusaug traditional area as recognized by law.
The government on January 31 announced the allocation of over 30 million Ghana cedis to its National Rental Assistance Scheme, and this is an intervention that seeks to offer Ghanaians above the age of 18 with verifiable employment and national ID rent loans as part of efforts to offer a decent accommodation. But in an interview with Citi News, a member of the Works and Housing Committee of Parliament, Emmanuel Bedra, says the initiative is not feasible due to the current economic crisis.
It is a form of a loan that we're giving to those who applied, and since we don't have the policy, we cannot interrogate it well, but from what I gather, it is for, they are setting up a private enterprise that will take care of applications from citizens who have applied. Then also, after which the money will be disbursed. Now, why is it not feasible? It's not feasible because we are talking about sustainability. Sustainability in terms of, if you look at the economy now, how many people will be able, when this money is given, to have something doing, work at hand, and be able to pay for loan that has been given to them with interest, knowing very well that government itself does not even have money, and government has to go and borrow money. So, first of all, the economy will not be able to support it. That 30 million, initially, I know in their manifesto is over 100 million, and they've come up with 30 million. And so, it's not feasible. It's another way of getting Ghanaians to believe that whatever they promise in their manifesto, they want to fulfill it. But as to whether it's feasible, it is not.
Answering questions on the floor of Parliament, the Minister for Water and Sanitation, Cecilia Abnadapa, assured the MP for Yendi that work on the Yendi water system is set to commence in the second quarter of this year.
I'd like to ask the Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources what accounts for the delay and the Yendi project, status of the work of the project, and when the project is expected to commence. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, upon the successful procurement of the contractor by close of the first quarter of this year, construction works are expected to commence by the second quarter of the year, with completion set at 30 months from the commencement date. Whatever we'll do to alleviate the suffering of the people will be done. And also, I want to place it on record and commend the Honourable Member of Parliament for Yendi for his efforts in drilling more boreholes to help the people.
During proceedings on Wednesday, the House also recomposed the various committees of Parliament following the change in leadership of the Minority Caucus.
At the beginning of this meeting, the Minority Caucus effected some changes to the membership of the leadership. And the Speaker, the changes necessitated the recomposition of some of the committees in order to ensure that there's a smooth running, and that indeed the leadership of the House, as is the practice, represents a particular caucus. The committee therefore met and reconsidered the composition of the membership of the committees, having regard to the importance of their mandate and the leadership role to be played by the new leaders of the majority in the committees. The recomposition was based on the standing orders of Parliament and the ratio 138-137, representing the numerical strength of the two caucuses, conventions and practices of the House.
Changes are required simply to afford the new leadership of the minority the opportunity to participate in specific committee deliberations and to be able to vote. So the changes are limited to only those committees at this stage, Mr. Speaker. I encourage colleagues to approve these changes to allow the new leadership of the minority to participate as members of these committees. That's so support, Mr. Speaker.
Reporting from Parliament, my name is Ni Ayikwe Okain for Citi News.